What's up, you guys? Welcome to my channel. It's your girl, Pretty Girl Dana. And as you guys can tell by the title, it is story time. If you guys don't know, I am a mom, first time mom. My baby is 5 months. He'll be 6 months this month. And it's pretty different. It's pretty crazy. I know you guys are like curious, like, oh my God, how is it? What happened? What's this? What to expect? So let me just give you guys a quick story time of my pregnancy. So I found out I was pregnant in January of 2020, and my pregnancy was pretty smooth and easy. Everything was healthy, everything was good. You know, I didn't have bad morning sickness. I only had a couple times where I threw up. I didn't swell bad in my feet or anything. I only got like a little nose spread, but yeah, pregnancy was very easy. Pregnancy was very good experience for the first time. So let's get straight into the labor and delivery part. On September the 22nd at 10 o'clock in the morning, I had my 39-week appointment. It was about 39 weeks and 3 days when I went in or whatever. So, you know, I go there, you know, checking on the baby, checking on me. Everything's good. Everything's cool. Great. So when we went in for my 39-week appointment, my OBGYN asked me, do you want to get your membrane swept? So me, I'm like, sure. Like, I didn't know what it meant. And I asked her, like, what's that? And she said, well, it just basically stimulates your labor. So me being 39 weeks and 3 days and walking every day, squatting, dancing, moving around nonstop, I'm ready for my son. So I said, yeah, sure. And later on that night, I say about 7 p.m., I began to get these bad period cramps, like regular period cramps. And I'm like, okay, maybe this is Braxton Hicks. I didn't think too much of it. So I let it go. And around about 30 minutes later, it got intense. So I'm like, okay, let me time these contractions. So I started timing them, and they're about 10 minutes, 15 minutes at this point. So it was about 8 o'clock when I told my mom, like, yeah, Mom, these are like back to back, like they're getting intense. So she said, oh, we're going to the hospital. Let's go. Boop. We packed the car up, called Anais off of work. We jumped in the car. She's calling people. We kind of panicking, but we're trying to be calm. So we're on the way to the hospital, and yeah, contractions are coming back to back. I'm breathing. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm like, oh my God, this is really happening. Like, when it hits and happens, it's happening. Like, you gotta be, oh my God, this is happening. I'm like, ah, this is happening. We get to the hospital. Nice pulls up at the same time we get there. We checking in, whatever. We're in the room where they monitor you and your contractions to see what's going on. So I'm in there chilling with Naya. I'm like, wow, everything's so surreal. I'm getting contractions back to back. And so the nurse is coming in, you know, flipping me back and forth like, hey, can you flip to the right, flip to the left? You know, the baby's heartbeat is dropping. You have to move around. So I'm like, oh, snap, okay. She talks to the doctor, and she tells me that they're going to admit me to the delivery room because of his heartbeat that was constantly dropping. They didn't want to send me home, and you know, his heartbeat dropping, which is understandable. So I get in the room, and it's like so surreal, y'all. Like, I'm like, oh my God, you know, still going through my contractions. And when I got to the hospital, I was already 4 centimeters dilated, and I was already 90% effaced. And that means your cervix is like thin like a piece of paper. I'm just waiting, going through labor, you know, talking to the nurses. She's setting stuff up, IVs and all good things. And we just sitting there, I'm going through labor. Mind you, contractions every 5 minutes. So at first I'm bearing them. I'm like, okay, I'll breathe. Okay. Then I'm like grabbing on to stuff like, this pain is excruciating. Like, this is getting worse. This is getting worse. I can't do this. It's to the point where I can't take it no more. Like, every 3 minutes, like, it's gone. I breathe and it's back, and I'm like, it's painful. Like, it's like a period. It's like a period cramp, but it's like 10 times worse. And I know everybody says that, but it's legit like that. Like, if you have bad periods, that's how your contractions are going to be when you have a baby. That times 10. Like, and for me, I thought contractions was going to be like in my stomach. Mine were directly in my back, like right in the arch of my back down to like my butt. So it was like very painful in the back. And I'm like, oh, I need something. This is too much for me. So I said, can you check me? Like he feel like he coming. She checks me out and she says, yeah, he's only 5 centimeters. Mind you, you have to be 10 centimeters to be ready to push. I couldn't do it. I said, no, ma'am, epidural ASAP. Please give me an epidural. So she said, all right, I'm gonna call the anesthesiologist up here, or however you say anesthesiologist. Yeah. A woman comes up, she gives me my epidural. I'm chilling, like probably I've regretted it so much because going in I wanted to be natural, so as natural as possible. I wanted to have a water birth, but I kind of am happy that I got it because I'm telling you, it was relief. Like it was a big relief, and I was able to really sit back and, you know, get some rest and just, you know, breathe. Like when your contractions are back to back, you are not yourself. Like it hurts, it's back to back, you know, it's like so much going on, it's painful, it's miserable, and I didn't want to be miserable. Like I'm bringing my firstborn into this world, like I didn't want to be miserable. So I was happy that I got the epidural after all. As you guys can see in the clips right here, we're chilling, getting some rest, going to sleep. So after that epidural is kicking in and I've been, you know, in labor for a few hours. Mind you, I got there at 8 and I was admitted up to the room around like 10. So, you know, I'm going through labor. I had my epidural around like, I think it was 3 or 4 in the morning. The doctor on call came in and was like, let's get the show on the road. Let's get it started. Let's get you going. He just broke my water. And mind you, I'm on epidural, so I don't feel nothing. It does not hurt. I'm chilling. I'm like, go ahead. I'm numb, feeling good. I was happy with where I was at. Like, I didn't want to be completely numb. I wanted to feel, you know, something. So I was chilling. My water broke around 6:00 a.m., 6:30 a.m. And I went back to sleep. You know, they're monitoring me. You know, we're just going through labor. It is 8:09. I've been here since 8:39 o'clock, so about 12-hour labor, and I am 8.5 centimeters dilated now, so it's time to push it very soon. I got an epidural. I couldn't do it. This is the room, and baby stuff over there. They got a peanut ball in between my legs right now to open my pelvis up a little. They had to break my water. It's go time. And so then around 9:45, the nurse checks me and she's like, you're about 10, you're 9 centimeters. It's about ready to push. So she gets the doctor on call. Mind you, I was so happy that my OBGYN, my personal doctor that I go to when I was during my pregnancy, was the one who was to deliver my baby. I was so thankful. I did not want the previous doctor that broke my water. I didn't want him. I wanted my female OBGYN, and thank God that she was on call right when I went into labor. Like, I just seen her that morning. Like, it's crazy. So she comes in. She's like, you ready to have this baby? She's so sweet. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. She's like, all right. Whenever you feel pressure, that's your time. It's time to push. So, you know, we're watching the contractions. You can see the contractions coming. It's like, you can feel the pressure. It's like, okay, push. So about 15 minutes of pushing, my baby came. Like, he came quick.
Baby.
I needed that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
And it did not hurt. you could feel pressure, but because I was on epidural, it wasn't pain. You could just feel pressure. And then, like, you know, the ring of fire that they talk about when the baby's head's coming through, I felt that it didn't hurt, but I felt something, like I kind of screamed and I was crying. I was so overwhelmed. It was so beautiful. Nice was right there. I had my mom and his mom on FaceTime with us, supporting us. The nurses was so sweet. Yeah, so 9:54 a.m. on September the 23rd, 2020, my baby boy Nigel Aubrey Coleman was born. Healthy baby, beautiful baby, 8 pounds 10.6 ounces, gorgeous, y'all.
Babe, get in this.
Let's get right into where I almost died, y'all. So right after my baby came out, you know, oh, he's here, congratulations. I'm overwhelmed, crying. All I do, I look around. I'm looking around like, now what? You know, my baby's here, what's going on? And the nurses is like hassling, grabbing stuff. Doctor is just digging in me, trying to get stuff going on. It's just, you could just tell that they were like hassling around, like something was, you know, they were doing their job. And me, I'm not understanding what's going on. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, what's going on? And I was like, don't worry about it, babe. Oh my gosh, you did it. And I'm like, thank you, babe, but why I gotta take this pill? Like, they were giving me pills to take. They were putting medicine in my IV. They gave me a different shot in my leg, and then another shot in my other leg, and then I think they gave me a shot near my vagina. I don't know, but they were drugging me up bad. Like something, I guess I was bleeding uncontrollably, and they were trying to get the bleeding to stop, and I was like bleeding out basically. And they were like hassling to save my life basically. And the whole time I'm sitting on my back looking around like, what's going on? Like, I did not know that was going on, and they didn't inform me. They was just, here, you're fine, just take this pill, you know, talking pharmacy medicine talk. So I'm like, wow. Like, and then afterwards I had asked, you know, after calm down and stuff, they were basically like, yeah, your uterus was contracting still or something like that, and like pumping out blood. I couldn't really understand what they were saying or what they were informing me about, because I was so drugged up and like overwhelmed with my baby nursing. Like, it was crazy. But yes, I technically almost died, and I just wanted to emphasize the fact that you really put your body through a lot when you have a baby. And that's why I tell women all the time to wait until, one, you have a supportive family, a supportive father, and two, until you're ready. Don't be out here having anybody's baby and knowing that you can die, like I almost did. But I thank God, I prayed to him. I'm thankful that, you know, he brought me out of that, and everything was just so perfect. The fact that my labor and delivery was so smooth, it was about 12 hours total. I was already dilating, I was already effaced, so it was pretty easy. They say when you walk and you exercise and, you know, move around, it's easier during labor because you already dilating, you know, you working your body, getting your body prepared to have a baby. But around 7-8 months, I was constantly walking. I would go to the park and walk. I'll go with my friends and walk. I'll just go to the Dollar Tree and walk up and down around the aisles. Like, I made sure that I walked. I think that's important to do while you're pregnant, because it definitely makes labor and delivery much easier, in my opinion, because it was easy for me. Like, I didn't push long, I didn't rip, I didn't tear. I only had one stitch. I think I teared a little bit, but for him to be 8 pounds, I didn't tear like bad. I did that. Like, I did that. Like, I did that. Period. I did that. All right, that wraps it up for this story time. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me. If you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Comment some ideas for my next video. I'm giving you guys good content. I'm giving you guys consistency. I want to close out this video by thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends and family, and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.